Hello and welcome
Yes.
to Loose Queens, a vlogcast where we explore the diverse world of drag and serve up some fascio-like comedy. It's hosted by me, Auntie Ginger, aka Miss Drag UK, with my co-host, Donna Matrix, S&M Queen to the stars.
I am, there we go, I'll just get a little bit of flex there just to show I'm in business. Yes, now, over the course of a number of shows, we'll explore a range of drag artists and styles with performers from all over the UK. We will have more and more episodes as we want to represent as much drag as possible, don't we? Yeah.
Indeed.
Because we've got kings, queens, AFAB artists, and so much more.
So much more. So join us each show where we'll have a special guest in the studio to chat about their drag and what we, as a pair of very loose queens, can learn from them.
We can.
So Donna,
Yes.
tell me about your clients this week.
This week, oh God, it's been go. It's been all go in the chamber. Now, for legal reasons, I've got to be careful here because
Can't say who it is.
A particular celebrity that comes to see me, but she rhymes with Beatty Topkins.
Okay.
But okay, and what she does, she comes for a good face slapping, you know. So she doesn't. I don't actually find her in the chamber. I just walk up into her street and give her a good face slapping because sometimes I think she needs it. But she does occasionally come to see me. She likes to dress up as a single mum, pretend to be on benefits. Oh yeah, I know. It's weird, isn't it? But I do actually share a chamber, I'll have to tell you, with Miss Whiplash.
Do you?
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, she's called Debbie. She's a next door neighbour, but she's not into like crops or whips. She's just a very bad driver.
Right.
So yes, that's how she's got the name. So, but she's not a very good vegan. That's the only problem. She's been trying the plant-based diet. Have you tried that, Auntie?
No, I'm not.
She's a bit of a nightmare.
I know the aubergines.
You've tried the aubergine.
Yeah, the purple aubergine.
Well, she's been trying herself. Tell me about the purple aubergine.
No, it's fine.
Oh, right.
I like a purple aubergine.
You like a purple aubergine? Well, she likes a bit of a purple aubergine. The only problem is, she is a vegan, but she's not a very good one because she works part-time at the local abattoir. She does, yeah. All the lads think she's a bit of a stunner, which she's not good looking. She just electrocutes the animals. So it's like, anyway.
Shall I tell you about my gig
Tell
of
me
the
about
week?
your week.
One of the things you have to do as a travelling artiste is sometimes get ready in strange environments.
Right.
And I had to get ready on the loo of a Virgin train.
The loo of the Virgin train, in one of those talking things.
Yeah, it was the only other Virgin I know these days. But during the I knew I was tired because when I dropped my lash on the floor of the loo,
Yeah.
it did take a second thought for me not to put it back on my face.
Yeah, right.
And I'm thinking, do you know, maybe I'm a bit tired.
Yes, yeah. You've come to that stage in your life where picking up eyelashes from the floor of travelling toilets.
We can invest in a second pair.
I think we're
that's
allowing you that.
Now, Donna, we know about your roadkill dress.
Yes.
But who have you nearly run over this week?
Well, yes, as it is, because it's modelled on Lady Gaga's dress. This is my roadkill, but it looks like a zebra crossing. Can you see that? So there we are. There's the picture. Now, who could that be? I was out in my Honda Jazz, but who did I swerve to avoid? Can you see that's pigeon blood? There's a bit of squirrel there.
Was this lady for turning?
Oh, that's a very good clue.
Is that a good clue?
That's a very
well,
good
I'm not 100% sure anyway, but I'm sure that will be revealed at the end of the show. Now, coming up soon, we've got our fabulous guest on this episode, Stella Satine.
Oh, wonderful.
I'm so excited to see her. She's come all the way from Carlisle.
Oh, unbelievable. A massive little round of applause.
So
coming
excited,
so far.
very far.
Wonderful.
Right, now why don't you get your Nokia up, the latest technology, and you can tell people how they can contact us.
Here we go. You can find us on Instagram, yes, or Facebook. We are at Loose Queens. It's the same for Facebook, but not on Twitter, but we believe that bird has flown the nest.
Completely gone. Done. Can't cope with more than 2 apps. Right, also helping us on each episode, we'll have our budget Alexa device. We couldn't afford the real thing, could we? But that's okay, we found it on a nearby market. Please welcome our paranoid Android virtual assistance device. It's Gerhard!
Yes, there he is, Gerhard. Oh, hello, Gerhard.
Everything I do.
No, he's singing
I do
again.
it
Oh,
for
he's off in
me.
his own world, isn't he?
Hello, I'm here.
Gerhard, hello, how are you, my darling?
Guy Hard. Who's Guy Hard?
I like a hard guy.
Yeah, well, it's a bit like Die Hard, Bruce Willis, because you're so butch with your moustache.
I have very few lines in this whole debacle. At least when you do address me correctly, please. Give me some semblance of existence.
Yeah, well, we've plugged you in at least. So,
Yeah, you've done all right there.
You're getting free electricity. How have you been? Have you got anything you want to tell us about, Gerhard?
I have a discovery I made on the line, to try and be street. A question for you both. What is the biggest lie in the entire universe?
I don't know. What is the biggest lie in the entire universe?
Other than you guys being talented. It is, I have read and agree to the terms and conditions. You see, I was being witty there. That was what you were saying was a joke.
Did what? Yeah, he was being very witty, wasn't he? Yes.
We never read the terms and conditions, you see.
So it didn't come that with the instruction manual when I bought him.
No.
I didn't know he was going to be this funny.
I think, his jokes are almost as bad as yours. Right, now.
Now, this is over to me. Now, in case anyone wants to stop during this session today, because
Which we might do.
From my S&M experience, we use a safe word. For example, Auntie, if you're feeling too much heat from your wig, from the props around us, from our dresses, whatever, you just shout this word and we'll use that safe word. So, Gerhard, will you please tell us the safe word?
And the safe word is triple stacked wig.
Ooh, topical.
Very topical, very on point.
Well, thank you, Gerhard. That was interesting input. I'm sure we'll be hearing from you later.
So now let's find out what's been going on in Auntie's world.
Yes, well, I've been to my cello corner where I shall serve some pearls of wisdom.
Ah, right. This is you because you played cello.
Yeah. Do you know, I don't really like pies.
Wow, that was very deep indeed.
Thank you.
I did, well, deep as your pies, obviously.
Yes.
That you don't like.
I don't really like pies,
Never
but I do
mind.
like a fiddle. But we must get on to our special
Yes.
guest. So, Stella Satine, I like to describe her as a makeup artist because I'm very jealous of the way that she does makeup. She's an AFAB artist all the way, as I said, from Carlisle.
Wonderful.
And she's got a heart of gold. I believe she's friends with Violet from Drag Race, but we'll establish that later. And her ability to recreate a look is second to none. We love her to bits, so please welcome Stella Satine.
Yay!
Hello! Hello, Stella. You're looking divine.
Oh, thank you. And you two are looking fabulous as well.
Well, thank you, so many questions, but
So
just
many.
immediately it's the headpiece. I love this diamante, and we've got the eyeliner as well. We've got the glittery silver eyeshadow. Oh, it's wonderful. But
It's
Auntie,
so stunning.
It is. It's just incredible. Thank you for coming
You're welcome.
on the show.
Thank you. So, for people who don't know you, and they should, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I call myself an aspiring AFAB queen because I don't think I'm really quite there yet. I'm from Carlisle and I am a mother of 3, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yes. And I'm sort of a vintage glamour queen. I'm into sort of burlesque and those kind of realms of drag.
Okay.
And for those of us who don't know, what's an AFAB artist or an AFAB queen?
An AFAB queen, it literally stands for assigned female at birth. Which, I mean, to be fair, I think there's a lot of people that don't really like that term. I mean, I think a lot of people would just like to be called a drag queen, and I'm quite happy with that as well.
Okay. So, and what do you what about the name Stella Satine? Where did that come from? How did you come up with that?
Well, actually, the name Stella, it came from a primary school teacher that I had.
Oh, wow.
Which I actually tried to reach out to her recently, but she didn't reply.
Oh.
But yeah, she was really sort of inspiring to me when I was really young. I used to be really shy and really introverted. But then she sort of heard me sing for the first time when I was going to do the talent competition at school.
Wow.
And she was like, Laura, you don't even speak, but you can sing. And she just kind of took me under her wing. And from then on, it was like, as soon as I got on the stage and I performed for the first time and then I won the talent competition, she was just like, right, we need to get you on that stage. You're going to be leads in the play. Like, and she just really encouraged me. And I think, to be honest, I would not be the person that I am today if it wasn't for her.
That's a lovely story, and it's nice that it's inspired part of your
I felt that it was appropriate because I think as well she kind of inspired a lot of different elements of who I am as a person, like from music taste to film taste, just things that she showed us throughout the years.
Speaking of inspiration, let's take a look at one of your photos.
Yes,
So
let's have a look.
I mean, this is incredible.
Thank you.
I wouldn't say. What do we think? Like Cilla Black? Is that what we're going for?
Well, there's a retro thing, isn't there, with this sort of 60s sort of updo, isn't there? But, so how long will it take you? Talk us about the look. How long does it take you to put all your makeup on?
See, I like to give myself at least about 3 hours.
Well, that's a commitment there.
I've experienced it.
Yeah.
We've got ready together once.
Oh, did you?
Well, I say we got ready. I got ready, and then I read a book for a couple of hours.
And how long did you take, Ginger?
Well, you see, with me, I just lay out my colours on
Yes.
the table. I bang my head, and then off we go. See, it's like 10
That's
minutes.
exactly how.
And the process. So, are you self-taught as well? How did you learn your skills?
Yeah, I mean, I'm self-taught. I started playing about in normal girl makeup.
Right.
And I quite liked that, but then, I don't know, I started getting a little bit more adventurous and then started kind of mimicking queens that I've seen, and then from then on it just got...
And was there a moment when you were playing with the makeup, that look, where it was that sort of, eureka, I want to do this now, I'm going to go for this? Was a particular, you talked about your teacher, is there a fashion icon, someone that inspired you as well?
Yeah, there's a few people that inspire me. Violet Chachki is like my obvious reference that I sort of mimic all of the time. And I do try and steer away from it, but I'm just so obsessed with her face.
Well, and now, for people, that's Violet Chachki. Now, she won a RuPaul, didn't she?
She did.
I've got. It was season 8, 7. All right, I'm going. And so, and do you know Violet? This is we're gonna.
I wish. I'm kind of her personal stalker. I just follow her around and just sort of stand and stare at her gawking from her booth. My goal is to get a restraining order against her.
And
That's
she
my goal in life.
appreciates the look when you go and see her. And
Yeah, I think she does. She clocked me at Drag World when I sort of replicated one of her huge peacock feather headdresses, and I kind of stood meandering at her booth. And then I seen her catch me out the corner of my eye, and she kind of couldn't help but smile. So,
And how did that feel when you were there, talking, that close to Violet, who inspired you?
Oh my God, it's something else. It's otherworldly. Like, to be so close to somebody that you admire so much, because I don't even just look up to her as a drag queen. I just kind of idolize her. As a performer in general, as a burlesque artist, as a model, and just the fact that she's so confident in herself.
And speaking of inspirational looks, we've got another photo, I think, from you. I mean, this is exceptional.
Now, where's the dress from? Where do you make a lot of your outfits? Or?
No, I do. I would definitely like to start making my outfits. I'm kind of learning bits and bobs at the moment, getting a bit of help from one of my friends' mums, Heidi. Yeah, she's been helping me out a lot. But that actually was a guy who works for the local fancy dress shop kind of reached out to me.
Okay.
And he was like, I would like to meet up with you. I'd like to chat. And I was like, oh, God, what's this about? I was like, well, I have to go.
Some mysterious meeting.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So I went and met up with him, and he asked me a few questions, and he was like, right, well, I've seen you on Instagram, and to be fair, I didn't know whether you were a boy or a girl, but to be honest, I didn't care. And he was like, so are you doing any commercial work? And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, well, modelling, do you do modelling? And I was like, no, I sit in my house and dabble in makeup while the kids are like climbing all over me. I was like, no, I do not. And he was like, oh, well, would you like to? I was like, yes, please. Put me behind a camera.
So he was sort of like asking you questions and with the, because you are sort of obviously so drag in your makeup, does that ever happen when you get confused for a drag queen that they think you're a genetic male as opposed to a genetic female? Does that happen, and is that frustrating?
Surprisingly all the time. It happened to me literally just the other week. I was with one of my friends, and somebody said to me that they'd sort of seen me from behind and went, "Oh my God, that boy is stunning." And then he was like, "Well, obviously, once I spoke to you, I realised that you weren't a boy."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, are you? Like, I don't want to misgender you or anything." But I don't know. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I think I kind of like it, to be honest.
Yeah. Any sort of adoration in a way is nice, isn't it? And the thing is, and this is it with the spectrum that's out there, and you just don't know. I've seen some incredible queer, and you just don't know if someone is a boy or a girl.
It's nice to keep them guessing.
It is. I think, isn't it? In the spirit of David Bowie and androgyny, I think that's what it's about.
Absolutely.
And can I just quickly ask as well? We got a tattoo. I can't miss that on your left arm. Who's the tattoo of? Can you?
I've got Sharon Needles.
Oh, it's Sharon Needles.
It's Miss Sharon Needles.
Oh, it's Miss Sharon Needles.
And it's dead on as well.
It's
really nice.
Yeah,
tattoo.
a few people have said it looks like a blow-up doll. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll take that.
And she would go for that, Sharon Needles.
Yeah, I think she would.
Yeah. So I mean, I think we know someone who might have something to say about
Yes,
that.
talking about inflated egos and blow-up things. Yeah, Gerhard, hello.
You crossed the line there, you know.
Well,
you can only rub a head so much, as you, I'm sure, will know.
Exactly. You know, you have to. Sometimes it depends how much.
Anyway, I don't want to talk to you, Stella. Hello, how are you?
Hello, it's lovely to meet you.
Yeah, without doubt, the most beautiful guest we have had on my on the program. I was instantly watching on the live feed, drawn to the tattoo that they mentioned, and I had to ask, when the lady was posing, did they show her a photograph of our two hosts in swimwear? She looks quite shocked, sort of alarmed.
I think perhaps, yeah.
Yeah, something that's seen that can never be unseen.
It's a good point.
I wouldn't want to see that.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It's against that.
I deleted those pictures from Google Images.
Oh, right,
Thank
okay,
you.
To save the public.
Yes,
If you could also delete the rest of Donna's search history, that would be really
yes.
That is very good for the court case. And Stella, you mentioned restraining orders. Mm-hmm. If you have any contacts of how I could get one, just to stop these two idiots turning me on. I try and say no, and they just keep plugging me in.
Well, we do our best. We're working with him, basically.
Yeah, it kind of came as part of the deal, unfortunately.
Do you have an Alexa or one of these virtual assistant devices?
I do, yeah.
You do, and do you find it useful?
I find it useful when she'll actually listen to me and understand me.
And the way you talk to us, you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
See, they've got an attitude problem right there.
They do.
There's no attitude problem here, I think you'll find.
Yes. I might be having to employ a little bit of this.
I think so.
There's some corrective.
Resist the urge.
Yes,
resist the urge for now. So, what's next for Stella? What's your drag plan?
Oh, well, I've actually been asked to do a gig down in Kent, I believe.
Ooh.
It's a long way, Kent.
Yeah, it's a really long way. So I'm kind of torn as to whether I can bring myself to go that far. But I'm kind of like, I want to go because it sounds fabulous.
It's nearly France.
Oh, all right.
It is a long way.
It's nearly
I'm
France.
really bad at geography. I wouldn't know.
And with your gigs and when you do perform, and we've mentioned there's a little bit of burlesque in your style. Do you do like a burlesque dance? So you sing as well. So talk to us a bit about your performance.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I do sort of lip sync performance, dancing, and I like to incorporate burlesque. But I like to add in a few kind of campy little elements and things just to add a bit of personality to it. But I would eventually love to incorporate singing into my act. I feel like there's a lot of things that I can do, not to be too big-headed, that I would love to kind of add into my act. I just need more chances to perform.
It is. It's hard. Is it hard trying to get gigs to... And when you are booking on, are they obviously open to AFAB and the artists, they don't really care? Or do you find the drag world can be a little bit selective?
Well, I think that I've been really lucky so far in the sense that I've met some really good people who are, who really want to help me out and kind of give me a step up. So that's been really great. To be honest, I think I was kind of expecting a bit more pushback than what I did get. I think that's why I kind of held off for a while, because I was sort of nervous as to the reaction that I would get from people. But it's been really surprisingly positive. And I think that now people are making a point of trying to include people. And I mean, it makes no sense. If you're going to be dressing up as women and using, femininity to make a living, then you should allow women to get in on that as well.
Well, I think there is now. There is a sort of army now, really, isn't it, of the AFAB culture. They want to come in as well. Why not? So,
yeah.
And so, dare we say it, Drag Race, would you do it? What are your thoughts on it? Drag Race UK? Because, of course, at the moment, it doesn't have any representation of female artists.
No, it doesn't. I feel like UK is going to be a little bit more likely to be a bit more inclusive. We would hope, and that's kind of, everybody's kind of on the same page with that, I think. I mean, I'm excited for it, and God, if I had the chance, then yeah, I would do it, like, without a shadow of a doubt. But yeah, I think it does need to be a little bit more open. It needs to invite everybody in. Because I think it's been going on for 10 years now.
I think it's slowly happening. Well, and Strictly, they're now doing same-sex couples dancing. That's taken a long time, but now it's coming over, so it's going.
Well, they've got a queen who is, I believe, to be straight in their mix for UK Drag Race. I believe so. So I'm like, well, that's something different.
Hang on one moment. I've got RuPaul on the line here.
Okay.
I can't believe it. Yes. You would have her on. She would have you on. There we go. There we go. We're probably in the next series.
Done. Booked.
Done.
Okay, thanks for your connect.
Can we, the credits portion of the earnings would be really welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, and what do you think people would be surprised to know about you as an artist?
Well, I think probably the fact that, my home life, I'm a mother of 3.
And is it girls, boys?
I have 2 little boys and a girl.
Okay, and so the girl loves the makeup and dressing, or do the boys like to sort of...
I think they all love it. I think the 1-year-old loves it the most. Like, people ask me why I don't do makeup for people for going out and stuff, and I'm like, because my makeup all has huge chunks out of it and fingerprints, and I'm like, that's why. And I'm really messy, and I take about 4 hours. So
yeah, I was going to say it's not 3.
Well, I was trying to be positive and show a bit.
It's a goal. It's a goal.
It is a goal.
Well, you could take a
get it
leaf
down to
out
3 hours.
Yeah, I probably should take a little bit longer.
Yes, well, a whole chapter.
Yeah, I think we need to help even each other out.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll make a good pair. So, how can people find you on the social tippy taps if they want to get in touch?
You can find me on Instagram and on YouTube at Stella Satine. I've got a couple of videos on YouTube. I'm trying to figure out how the hell to make them so that I can upload a few makeup videos as I've been asked.
Oh, you should. You must do
absolutely
that. You have to
yeah,
do
I know.
that.
People have been raving at me for about a year.
Yes. Okay, we will. That's a demand for the UK public saying we want to see makeup videos.
Right,
So there
okay.
you go,
I will try to learn technology.
I think that would be marvellous.
For you.
I'll be tuning into that.
Yes, I'll watch it on the wireless.
Yes.
Well, you have been fab.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming all this way.
You're welcome.
For us. You look amazing. We're very jealous.
And it's traditional now. We'll give you some applause for coming on today's show.
High tech.
High tech. There we go. Your very own applause.
Wow.
There we are. So there we go. And
Glamour.
a siren. I don't know why that went off. So it's like
It's normally what happens when you walk around the corner, dear.
it does.
Right.
Yes. So, right.
So, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Well, that was wonderful. She was stunning.
So stunning.
It was the lashes for me.
Triple stacked.
Yeah.
Well, let's not forget your slice of comedy for this episode, shall we, Donna?
Yes. And finally, let's go over to our very special guest. It's Vin Diesel.
Wow.
Hello, it's me, Charlie's #1 Vin Diesel tribute act, Vin Petrol. And I'm famous for the hit films The Fast and the Furious and bugger all else. But in my spare time, I also run an owl sanctuary in Skelmersdale. We've got 2 magpies and a rat. Beryl, in accounts, is a bit pissed off. Hi, it's me, Vin Petrol again, Charlie's #1 Vin Diesel tribute act. I'm here in my kitchen waiting on a phone call from Jason Statham to see if I'm going to get a part in Fast and Furious 9 Blackpool Drift. But my agent tells me it's on a knife edge because apparently I upset the director by turning up in a Capri gear.
Thank you, Vin. Very enlightening.
Yes.
So that about wraps it up for this episode. If you want to follow us, you can. Donna, do you want to
Of
do
course.
the Tinterweb bits?
Let me grab these. Here
Right.
we go. Well, you can find us on Instagram at Loose Queens and Facebook at Loose Queens. It's very simple, this, isn't it? It's just at Loose Queens. But we're not on Twitter. We're over that, aren't we, dear?
Yeah. Birds flew in the nest. We nearly forgot to reveal, do you know, who you nearly ran over this week.
Yes, of course.
So who was that? Let's get the slide
Let's
up.
have a look. Oh, there we are. The Iron Lady. And, you know, and she did take a couple.
Yeah.
She's so strong. So
I mean, I would do her on Snatch Game.
yeah,
I think
so
I'd look right.
You would? You could do it. I've got the pussy bow blouses.
Dennis!
Yeah.
Dennis! I don't know. I'm working on it. It's
You can
fine.
both
We'll
vote
get
for
it there. Right.
So glad we didn't really run them over, and we don't. It's just for fun. The gays would be furious. Oh, yes.
Some of them.
Some of them, yeah. So like Jerry Springer, in summing up, Gerhard, he's going to give us our final word for the day. So here we go. So give us your final thought for the day, please, Gerhard.
Very poignant this week, and I believe the great bard wrote this. Better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. But then Shakespeare never had the Grinder app, or plenty of fish, but mostly Grinder, if the rumour's not to be believed.
Well, thank you, Gerhard, and thank you all for watching, and thank you to our guests.
Yes.
We will see you all next time, and remember, if you're not loose,
You're not a queen.
goodbye!